Hi, my name is Kylie Blacksell and I'm from Human Happiness, and welcome to your new moon in Aries on Thursday the 5th of April 2019 yoga class. If this is your very first time with us, then a very big welcome to you. If you have any concerns about your physical, mental or emotional health with respect to doing a yoga class, please do consult your health professional before continuing with the class. We always start off with a bit of an activation, so shaking out what you brought with you to the class, any tension you might be feeling in your shoulders or in your arms, and then we're just going to bring the hands up. And if you do have blood pressure, heart condition, shoulder issues, just always keep the hands around about eye level rather than bringing them up a little bit higher and around to the side. So we always start with the activation, and it goes for around about 10 minutes. And in that time, we talk about what's happening astrologically and numerologically on the planet at the moment, and why we've chosen this particular set of sequences and asanas, pranayams and meditation to this particular fortnight. So going around in a circle, so bring the legs just a little bit further apart. Keep the head above the waist if you do have any concerns, blood pressure, heart condition, vertigo, any ear, eye, nose, throat stuff going on that you're concerned about. So round you go, and again, flicking it out to the trees, out to the earth, up to the sky, just removing any excess energy there from the shoulders. So yes, we're having a new moon in Aries. It's a very exciting time actually, because it's a brand new start. Let's go the other way. The energy we've got going on at the moment gives you the opportunity to make a fresh new start and to break out of those boundaries, those barriers, those restrictions, mostly that other people are putting on you, or that you're afraid to break out of, fearing rejection or fearing judgment of some description. So it's time to do that thing that you've been wanting to do, and we've been building up to this over the last couple of yoga classes. Definitely been building up to it's time to break free. It's time to have the courage just to step out of those old habits. But particularly that thing that you've been wanting, that adventure you've been wanting to go on, whether it's an internal adventure, whether it's actually a traveling adventure, doing something a little bit out there that you really want to do, that you've been too scared to do because you're thinking, oh, I'm going to be judged, or people aren't going to like me anymore, some people are just going to stop talking to me, they're not going to be happy with my decision, okay? But if it's something that you really want to do and it feels right for you, and that's what we've been working towards over the last few classes, then now is the time to do it, because it's a perfect time. And this class will give you that courage, will give you that forward moving ability, just reaching out, stretching the side of your body there, and will give you that strength to do it. So tapping on opposite knee with your opposite hand there. So what else have we got? We've got a square with Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn, and that's that pushing through. It's when you have a square, as Barbara Goldsmith explained in her video, which is what I watched to get this information. When you have a square, you're forced to push through. So you can go for your heels if you can find them back there. Otherwise, just stick with your knees. So you have to work hard. You have to push through whatever that thing is. And at the moment, it's those boundaries, it's those restrictions that have been put on you out of fear that you've put upon yourself. So you need to consciously make that effort and say something like, "This really matters to me. This is important to me. This feels right for me." And let's do some hip circles. And even though it's probably going to upset a few of you, it's probably going to make you feel a little bit uneasy, maybe people won't like me, so that sort of idea, I'm going to do it anyway, okay? Because if you're being your true self, if you're resonating as your true self, if you're outwardly expressing who you truly are, then the right people are going to be around you anyway, okay? And all the other ones are just going to walk away. Let's do some figure eights, some infinity symbols. I'm definitely devoting this class to my dad. It's his birthday on the new moon on the 5th of April. But not only that, but it's a 3 universal year, and it's a 3 universal day on that day. He has a 3 universal year, and of course a 3 day, a personal day on that day, and he is also 303. So it is all about self-expression. It's all about saying, this is who I am, this is my self-expression, this is what I want to do. And even though it might upset a few people, I've thought about it, it's the right thing for me, I'm going to do it. Okay, so go for it, Dad. And anyone else out there, it is relevant to all of us, but particularly obviously if you are an Aries, you're going to feel this quite strongly, and obviously my dad is. And also if you are a 3, it is difficult to express how you really feel in your true self-expression if you're riddled by fear. So it's time, Dad, to step out of that and just say, this is what feels right for me, this is what I want to do. And again, just keep the head above the waist if you have any concerns there. And it's time for me to do it. The ruler of Aries is Mars, and it's in Gemini at the moment. So it's time to really expand those horizons. So no, don't just go, I'm just going to do that little thing. Think a bit bigger. Think a bit outside the box. Expand what you think. So just scooping under here. Expand what you think you're capable of doing, what you think is possible, and go with that. So bringing the hands up. So that's that energy. And get out of your own way, as Barbara Goldsmith so elegantly put it. Get out of your way. You know, you're in your own way, and we are all in our own way. We self-sabotage all the time. So this yoga class will help you to really step out of that sabotaging setup that you've got going on there. And of course, I'd love to hear what your thing is, what you're trying to shift out of, what you're going to shift out of, and what you're going to move towards. I've had a couple of, I've had a big thing that I've decided I need to do. I knew it was going to upset some people, but I knew I had to do it. And I announced it, and it was very scary, but I did it anyway. And there's a couple of other things I'm about to do that are a bit scary, but they're definitely what feel right and feel like my self-expression. So I'm going to use this class to really help me with that. So opening up the shoulders, lean forward and palms facing out, and then breathing in, lean back. Just a gentle lean. If you do have any hernia issues, if you have any recent abdominal surgery, basically don't lean back too much at all. And just be nice and gentle. Whatever's within your limits there is the best way to go. Mercury, Neptune and Venus are all together, which is a good time to trust your intuition and your creative ability. So be creative in the way you're going to express this thing, the way you're going to step outside the box and do your adventure, have your adventure, and become more your true self through this work. So it's a really amazing new moon, and a really good time just to go, you know what, this is what I want to do, this is who I am, this is my self-expression. I know it's going to upset some people, and some people won't talk to me anymore or whatever. Some people won't like me anymore, but maybe they weren't supposed to like me anyway. You know, if you think everybody on the planet is going to like you, then you might have to rethink that. There's going to be people that don't particularly, gel with you or resonate with you, and let go of that if you have any concerns about that. All right, and then step the right foot forward, hands up, just a very gentle movement with the hands there. Just a very slight lower back bend there, just to warm the body up. So we're going to do an amazing EBR. We haven't done it since last August, so it's been quite a while since we've done this EBR. It's EBR 6, so Energy Block Release 6. It's definitely going to redesign your life. So let's go to the other side. Freedom in your subconscious mind in order to make changes. Yes, that's what we want. Goals anchored so changes are deep and lasting. Okay. Freedom from past patterns. Good habits encouraged. Forward moving. We want this forward moving thing. Compassion. Space created in your mind and body for these changes. And disentangled is a biggie from different parts of life. So really untangling yourself from that those old patterns and those old beliefs and those fears that have been holding you back, restraining you. So that's our energy block release we're going to do today, our EBR. And we're actually ready to do it because there's no particular warm-ups that we need to do. Always have a little bit of a water as you move through what we're doing. Okay, so let's get into it. Your EBR 6. First we'll get into Tadasana, our master pose. So lifting up one of your heels, pivot around, get the heel to touch the big toe on the other foot, then lift up and pivot back. So just a measure. We're just measuring your hip width apart there. And breathing in, tightening up the knees, breathe out, nice soft knees. Just feeling that gentle softness there. So always having just a little bit of a bend in your knees if you can remember to do that. Okay, and then just pushing your pelvis forward and back, and then find a middle ground. So find a spot where you feel like it's nice and steady and even there. Okay, and then breathing in, roll the shoulders forwards and back. Lovely. Forwards and back. Just really opening up, breathing in and out, and in and out, and then go the other way, in and out. So just really loosening yourself up there. And then breathe in, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lifting up, and breathing out, just releasing. Breathe in, lift up, and out. Nice little shake there. Okay, you'll feel like your shoulder blades are coming together a little bit, that your chest is nice and open. So nice and relaxed here. And then imagine there's a string attached to your sternum, lifting you up to the sky. There's also a string attached to your crown, lifting you up. So you might feel like your spine is lengthening as you do this. So feel that real lengthening in your body. Arms just relax by your side, chin parallel to the floor. And just allowing yourself to relax there, breathing in. When you breathe out, lift up the pelvic floor. It's a big muscle underneath here, from the front to the back. Just feel like you're just lifting up very gently, like squeezing it in like a kaleidoscope. And just like 10%, so just lifting it just very slightly. We don't need like a really strong movement there. So standing nice and tall. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be lifting up the right leg. You can probably do this with me. If you have osteoporosis, hip issues, anything like that, knee issues, just looking ankles, hips, etc. You're going to keep your feet on the floor, okay? So we're going to move across, and the idea is that we're going to lift in a moment, not straight away, but we're going to lift the leg up and then move it out. Now, if you do have any of those concerns, just move the leg across the floor like this. So don't actually lift the leg up. That's about the only thing. And of course the arms, I will have the arms above the head, so keep them low if you do have blood pressure, heart condition, any shoulder issues that prevent you from comfortably doing that. Of course, do that as well. But other than that, it's fairly straightforward. It's a fairly nice, gentle EBR to do. All right, so in that Tadasana, just standing nice and tall, lifting up that pelvic floor. All right. And then breathing in. When you breathe out, just bring the hands down, the knees bent, and then breathing in again. Up you come. Keep the arms lower if you need to. Otherwise, you're welcome to come up a little bit higher. We're going to go around to the left. We're going to turn on the spot in a circle 3 times around to the left. So the palms are facing each other. We're just going to go around. And this is opening up the cosmic spiral, just slowly going around on the same spot 3 times. Nice and slowly. Feel like there's an energy, like a whirlwind of bright white light coming in between your arms, down in through your crown, into your heart, giving you the energy to actually release this stuckness and really manifest this new beginning, this big new life you're going to make for yourself. Then come back to the middle. Then breathing in, hands come up, and breathing out. And hands out. Sorry. I'm a little bit out of practice here. Breathing in and out. So coming down. Sorry, let's do this again. So breathing in, hands come up to the chest. Breathe out, hands go away. Breathing in. And breathing out, back down. We haven't done the EBR for a little bit. The hands want to move in a different way, to a different EBR. Breathing out, breathing in, and out. Nice and slowly. In and out. And in and out. In and out. In and out. One more time. Feel it coming from your heart. Really thinking about how you want to redesign your life. What do you want to change? What's that adventure you want to go on? Might be something you're doing for yourself, something you're changing on your body, in your house. Might be a trip that you're going on, or just something else. And then coming back into the middle. Okay, this is when we're going to go onto the one leg, just for a few moments. As I said, keep the feet on the floor if you need to, with those health considerations I mentioned. So breathing in, we're going to go into the Deer Mudra, which looks like this. So your two middle fingers are going to be touching your thumb, and the outside fingers, your pointer finger and your little finger, are up like the deer's antlers. And we're going to be plucking the absolute best of ourselves out of our hand and out like this. Okay, so it's going to look like this. We're going to imagine there's a string attached to your deer's nose and your right knee, and you come up and breathing out, heel first and then out and open up the deer. That's the movement, okay? So create your little deer in your right hand. This is your right hand. I'm going to mirror you today. I always mirror. So there's your right hand, and it's going to pluck out of your left hand. So breathing in, when you breathe out, place the weight into your left leg. Bend the left knee a little bit so you're using these big muscles to stabilize you. And your deer's nose is in your left palm, plucking the absolute best of yourself out of that spot. And then breathing in, up we go, if the leg's okay to come up. Breathing out, not too much of a big step. Heel first, down it goes. Breathe out, open up the deer. And then just lean back on your knee, bring the hand in towards your chest and back out again. So you want about a 45 degrees angle of an oval that you're making with your hand there. And just whatever's comfortable for you. If you do need to bring it down lower, please do. If you need to bring it down to here, if the arm gets a little bit tired. Otherwise, you're sort of aiming for sort of 45 degrees up into the corner there, like that. So you breathe out as you go out, slowing it down. Breathe in as you come back in. Out and in and out. Just relaxing the shoulders and in. Just really enjoying this movement. This is disentangling you. We're starting to do the motion of removing all that old stuff and creating something new and fantastic with your life. So once you've got that sussed out, we're going to bring the other hand in, and it's going to be like a sort of a locomotion type movement. So as the right hand goes out, the left hand's near the chest. So keep focusing on the right hand. Breathing out, right hand goes out. Breathe in, right hand comes in. And you lean in. So it's focusing on the right hand so you can remember what you're doing. So breathing out, reaching out. Breathe in, back in. Slow it down if your breathing starts to get too fast there. And this is your right side, so it's your masculine side of your body. You're releasing that energy, disentangling yourself from those habits that maybe you picked up from the males in your life, father, brother, son, cousin, boss, or even just the masculine side of yourself. So I joyfully release these old habits that no longer serve me. And of course, I joyfully embrace these new habits, these new things that are going to make my life better, that are going to move me forward. Disentangling yourself. This is literally disentangling all those webs of fear and hesitation and sabotage from yourself. Okay, and the next time your arm is outstretched, just allowing it to stay out there. And palms faced up. We're going to do a rainbow of light above the head. So breathing in, up we go. Keep the feet where they are. Breathing out, coming out behind you, palms faced up. And then breathe in, reaching out again to the right. And breathing out, come back into the middle. So your feet come back to where they were at the start. And now we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to go to the left. Okay, so you'd get your Diya Mudra with your left hand and you place it in your right hand. Breathing in. When you breathe out, put the weight into your right leg. Okay. Breathing in, up comes the knee. Breathing out, heel first to the floor and out you go. Breathing in and out. Creating that 45 degrees angle. Getting that rhythm. And then creating the movement, the locomotion movement with your hands. Breathing out as your left hand goes out, breathe in as your left hand comes back in. Of course, this is your left side, so it's your feminine side. So it's the influence of your own feminine energy and also mother, sister, daughter, cousin, boss, anybody, any female influence in your life. I joyfully release these habits that no longer serve me, that are holding me back from this new change, this new life, fresh start. I joyfully release these past patterns that just aren't doing it for me anymore. Breathing out. If you start to go too fast, just slow it down. It's easy to start going a little bit fast here. And the next time that your hand is outstretched, just allow it to remain outstretched, palms faced up. Then breathing in, the rainbow above the head. Breathe out, keep the feet where they are. Nice little stretch there. And breathing in, stretch across again and out, coming back into the middle. Now get your deers to kiss. So two little deers are having a nice kiss there. We're going to go right leg back first. So we're going to step our right leg back a little bit, just a gentle step, nothing too strenuous. The foot's pointing out just a little bit out to the right. Your right hand rests underneath your chin and your left hand is up just around about eye level, and there's a lovely little bend in your left arm there. So you're just leaning back just a little bit and you're gazing through the antlers of your left hand. And you're seeing this change, you're seeing this thing that you really want to do, that you're a bit afraid to do. You really want to step out of the fear, you want to step out of the norm, the old habits, and you want to do this thing. And you can see it already done. You can see it complete. You can see the happiness you're experiencing, the freedom of self-expression that you're experiencing. Take a deep breath and breathing out, feeling that relief and that freedom and that joy and the abundance that comes with this. As soon as you become more expressed as yourself, you become more abundant in everything. And then breathing in, coming back to the middle. Breathe out. Let's go to the other side. It'll look completely different on this side. So gazing up at your right hand and have your left pointer finger touching just underneath your chin, aiming for that goal and seeing the goal complete, seeing it done, feeling that freedom of self-expression, feeling that new life, that fresh start happening. Knowing that it's going to upset a few people, but doing it anyway and feeling so much better for it. And knowing that you're not really responsible for those people and how they feel. And breathing in, come back to the middle. And breathing out, just release your deers and just have your hands next to each other, palms facing inwards, your fingertips about an inch away from each other. Bend your knees and then breathe in, allow the hands to come a little bit apart and back in again. So breathing in, Hands come out a little further, and then breathe out, come back. Breathing in and out. And in and out. In and out. In and out. This is the ocean wave, so start to feel your self-esteem expanding, feeling your confidence really opening up. Going with the rhythm of the ocean. Start to bring the hands in a little bit each time you move outwards. Focusing on the heart center. In and out. And in and out. Lovely. Now just think of somebody in your life that could really do with this energy. The first person you think of is always the right one, so don't second guess yourself. Just go with what you first thought of there. And we're going to send this energy to them. So breathing in. When you breathe out, bend your knees and turn your palms upwards. And breathing in, up we go. We're going to do the same thing we started with, but we're going to go around to the right. So we're really going to bring that compassion in, that love for that person, that care for that person. And give them the strength and the energy to make the changes that they need to make. To be their own self-expression, to stand up for what is right, push through, even though it's going to upset a few people, push through and be that person they need to be, the person they were born to be. And then coming up, breathing in, breathing out, palms faced up just in front of your face, breathing in, and you're going to blow it out to them. So releasing it out to them. With no expectation of anything back, just a very selfless gift to that person. Then just allowing yourself to rest with that energy for a few moments. Lovely. Okay, having a little drink. And we're going to move into our asana. We're actually only doing one asana today because we've got some really cool breathing techniques and a lovely meditation to do, which is going to be really awesome as well. It's going to help you with this energy. We're actually going to be doing the Cobra in the 7 stages. So there's a few health considerations to think about here. Hernia, hiatus hernia, peptic ulcers, abdominal surgery, hypothyroidism. If you're pregnant, back muscles are prone to spasm. If you have had an abdominal surgery, weak back muscles. Okay, all of that, you definitely will not be doing the later stages. Obviously, if you're pregnant, you won't be doing any of the Cobra because it's laying on your tummy past the first trimester. So most of them can go, if you're pregnant, you can just lay on your side or you can do the cat. If you've had abdominal surgery recently, obviously you're not going to lay on your tummy either. So a lot of these you can just stick with the Sphinx, which is an earlier version. So we'll get to that spot and you just continue with the Sphinx. It's only the hypothyroidism, the pregnancy, your back muscles spasming, and abdominal surgery. You're going to need to do the cat instead. Okay, yeah, that's the best option there. So looking at the cat, I'll do it in this direction so we can move our arms around easier. Look at the cat first. So if you do have those things I just mentioned, you can just do the cat very gently. Of course, if you have had recent abdominal surgery, it definitely won't be a vigorous movement here. So checking that your hands are directly below your shoulders and that your knees are directly below your hips as best you can. If this is really difficult for your wrists, you can come up onto your fists, or you can roll your mat up and place your hands on the edge of your mat like this. I might do that today. And breathing in, when you breathe out, engage your core and push your tummy muscles up towards your spine, so up towards the ceiling. And then breathing out, just very gently push the tailbone down towards the floor. And it's a very subtle stretch, upward arch, and then a very subtle movement down with the head at the very end. And then breathing in, start with the tailbone, pushing the tailbone up very slightly in a very slight stretch through the spine. Of course, very gentle if you've got abdominal surgery or anything like that. And looking about 1.5 meters ahead on the floor. You're more stretching yourself out past your crown than you are doing anything like this, okay? So you're stretching out in this direction. Breathing out, tailbone first. Down we go. Very, very slowly and gently. And it's a very subtle bend there. And then breathing in, start with the tailbone and up you go. Again, very subtle. So you can definitely do that if you have any concerns about being on the floor. Pregnancy is fine in this position. Even if you're heavily pregnant, it should be okay, unless you just feel completely uncomfortable and you want to lay on your side instead. That's totally fine. So we're going to come down and we're going to do the Cobra in all of its glory, in all of its stages. You'll need a little bit of space around you. I might even move that chair actually, so we've got a little bit more space around us. It's okay, Snowy. I'm just moving stuff around. All right. So on your tummy, the very first stage, your hands are all the way out the front, okay? And you're just placing your head on the floor. I won't do that because I'll be too noisy. But your forehead is on the floor, your hands are straight out the front, your tummy's flat on the floor. Breathing in, when we breathe out, engage the core, push the pelvis into the floor. So you feel that strength that you've got in the floor there. And breathing in, when you breathe out, engage those cores. Sorry, I'll wake up in a second. And then breathing in, imagine you're pushing a marble away with your nose and you're coming up very, very subtly. So notice my elbows are still on the floor, your palms are face down, and you're looking as best you can straight ahead. Obviously, if you have any cervical issues, just be very gentle here. So that's the first stage. You feel a stretch at a very particular spot in your back. And breathing out, coming back down. Now you're going to come a hand's length closer. You can lift your fingers up and do a little caterpillar crawl. So put the fingers where the heels of your palms were and come across. So it's just a hand's length closer to yourself. Your elbows will naturally bend out a little bit here. So same thing, breathing in, breathing out, engage your core, push the pelvis into the floor. Imagine a little mini new moon in Aries sitting at the base of your spine. As you breathe in, let that little mini moon walk its way up the spine and create the hollow with your spine. And push that marble away with your nose, coming up. Still keeping your elbows just on the floor, but removing some of the pressure off the elbows. You'll feel the stretch a little bit lower down your back there in this second spot. Just looking straight ahead and then breathing out, release. And now we're coming in preparation for the Sphinx. This is where we would stop for the ones that I mentioned before. So have your hands your thumbs lined up about where your eyes are. Again, the head is flat on the floor. Breathing in, breathing out, engage the core, push the pelvis into the floor. Feel that mini moon at the base of your spine. Breathing in, create a hollow at the base, let the mini moon walk up. When it gets about halfway, push that marble away with your nose. Push yourself up using your hands and get your elbows so they're directly below your shoulders. Okay, and now you're in the Sphinx, so you're looking straight ahead. You'll feel the squeeze lower down your back now. Okay, looking straight ahead. Breathing in and then breathing out, you can turn to your right. Breathing into the middle. Breathing out, turn to the left. Breathing into the middle, out to the right, into the middle, and out to the left. Into the middle, and then breathing out, tuck the chin in, down you come. Now, stay with this Sphinx that we just did if you have any of those concerns that we mentioned before. Otherwise, you're welcome to come up into the Cobra. Okay, so placing your hands directly below your shoulders on the floor. And we're going to do all the same sorts of things. So breathing in, and your head will be placed on the floor like this. Breathing in, breathing out, engage your core, push the pelvis into the floor. Feel that mini moon, the new moon in Aries on the base of your spine. Breathing in, create the hollow in the base of the spine. Let the mini moon walk up. Push that marble away with your nose. Keep your belly button, your navel on the floor. Use your hands to get you up. Keep the elbows in nice and tight, looking straight ahead with your face, and then looking up with just your eyes to engage your Ajna chakra. And then coming back down. Okay, so that's a much stronger movement, that one. And then we're going to move to the next one if you're feeling comfortable with that. This time we're going to use the bottom muscles to help us get up. So clasping the hands behind the back. Okay, same thing, your head will rest on the floor as we prepare. Breathing in, breathing out, engage the core, push the pelvis into the floor, and also engage the buttocks muscles. Okay, nice and tight there. And breathing in, create the hollow, start to move the mini moon up the spine, push the marble away. And what you're going to do is actually come up using your abdominal muscles and your back muscles to get yourself up. Looking straight ahead and breathing out, coming back down. Now if you're feeling any pain, cramping at all, please move back to the Sphinx or the Cobra, because this is a very strong movement. And the very last one is our Cobra 7. So breathing in, breathing out, engage the core, push the pelvis into the floor. Imagine that mini moon. Breathing in, let the mini moon walk up. Engage your buttocks muscles as well. Push the marble away with your nose. Come back up into the Cobra 6. Breathing in. And when you breathe out, allow the hands to fly out in front. Let the hands come to the floor and coming back down to the floor. So it's a very strong movement. And then just going into Makarasana. So allow the feet to go out to the side, about a little bit more than a shoulder width apart. Toes pointing away. Let your hands come in so your forehead rests on the back of your hands. And just allow that to rest and settle for a few moments. What the Cobra does is bring you balance and clarity, focus, and that capacity to move forwards. Self-confidence, a sense of well-being, courage, security and confidence to actually shift this stuff, to do what you know you really want to do, despite the opposition that you're probably going to come up against with people around you. So just letting that rest for a few moments in Makarasana, in the crocodile pose. Breathing in, feel your tummy expanding on the floor. And breathing out, release. Feel yourself sinking into the floor, into the earth below. Breathing in again. And breathing out. And breathing in again. Feel the tummy expanding on the floor. And breathing out, releasing, surrendering to the earth. Letting all that hesitation and fear just dissipate. Move away. And then, if you've got all your stuff nearby, you can literally just roll over and stay laying on your back. Like lay on your back and get ready for your deep relaxation. If you need to go grab blankies and things, get yourself up and do that. Otherwise, laying on your back, preparing for the deep relaxation. A blankie is always a good idea. If it's a little bit cooler. But if it's really hot, you could just go with a sheet or no cover if you prefer no cover. But it's definitely nice to be cocooned by something. Definitely having yourself a little drink of water there. Okay, so laying on your back. If you have any piggy tails in, just preferably removing the piggy tails so you've got a nice flat head on the floor. If you know you're going to need something underneath your head, just have a very thin pillow or a folded up blanket is always a good idea. Arms out by your side, palms faced up. Just allow your feet just to flop out to the side wherever they would like to go. And allow your spine to have its natural curvature there. And tuck the chin in just a little bit so you have a lovely long neck there. And this deep relaxation, it is obviously going to deeply relax you, and the more you do it, the deeper you go. So if you've been doing this for a while, you'll probably go quite deeply. If you're new, you might not go quite so deep, but don't be concerned about that. But the other reason why we do the deep relaxation is to actually allow the energy of the beautiful EBR that we did and the asana that we did to actually absorb into your body, to become part of your being for the next week or so. So that's why we're doing it. It's about 20 minutes laying there. If you know that you can't lay on the floor, definitely you can sit up on a chair, wrap yourself up, and getting yourself ready for the relaxation. Closing your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or just gaze very softly if you prefer. And then moving your awareness down your torso, down your legs, all the way down to the very tips of your toes. Breathing in, squeezing the feet and the toes. Nice big squeeze. And breathing out, release. Breathing in again, pushing the toes away from the body. Feel that stretch in your shins. And breathing out, release. Breathing in again, pushing the heels away from the body and the toes up towards the head. Feel that incredible stretch in your calf muscles. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness further up the legs, up to the knees. Breathing in, gently pushing the knees down in towards the floor. Feel your calf muscles, your quads engaging to do this. And breathing out, release. Excuse me. Move the awareness further up the legs, up to the buttocks. Breathing in, squeezing the buttocks. Feel like your hips are rising just a little bit up towards the sky. And then breathing out, release. Move the awareness to the lower part of the back. Breathing in, gently pushing the lower part of your back down in towards the floor. Feel that gentle pressure between your lower back and the floor. And breathing out, release. Keep the awareness in the lower back, breathing in again, gently pushing that lower back down in towards the floor. Feel that gentle pressure, and then breathing out, release. Move the awareness around to the front of the torso, breathing in, squeezing the abdominal muscles down in towards the floor. Feel that gentle pressure, and then breathing out, release. Move the awareness further up the torso, up to the chest. Breathing in, pushing the chest up towards the sky. At the same time, push the shoulder blades in towards each other underneath the body. And breathing out, release. Then reversing that motion, breathing in, lifting the shoulders off the floor and pushing the chest down in towards the floor. Feel that gentle stretch across the shoulder blades. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness across the shoulders, down the arms, all the way down to both of your hands. Breathing in, gently curling the fingers over to make a very soft fist with both hands. And breathing out, release. Breathing in again, make a much stronger fist with both hands and lifting both arms just a few centimeters off the floor. And breathing out, releasing those fists and splaying those fingers out as far from each other as possible. Turn the palms in towards the body, down towards the floor and even a little further around. Turn the palms back in towards the body and up towards the sky, even a little bit beyond. And breathing out, release. Allow the arms and the hands to relax back down to the floor, palms faced up. Move the awareness back up the arms and up to the neck. Breathing in, squeezing the neck. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness up to the chin and the jaw, the mouth and the tongue. And without making any sounds, imagine you're saying the letters A, E, I, O, U. Opening the mouth really wide and doing a lovely big yawn. Pointing the tongue up to the sky, pushing it to the right and to the left, around in a circle in one direction, and then around in the other direction. Placing your tongue back in your mouth, engaging your jaw, allow the jaw to go around in one direction, and then around in the other. Then release the jaw and close the mouth. Make a frown and a smile at the same time. Push your eyebrows all the way down and lift up the corners of your mouth as high as you can. Big breath in and breathing out, releasing your frowny smile. Then looking all over your face for all the muscles you can find. Taking a deep breath in, squeezing all the facial muscles. Your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes, your cheeks, your nose, your mouth, your chin and jaw. Big breath in. And breathing out. Release. Allow all the facial muscles to melt into the floor. Then move your awareness around to just behind your ears and all over your scalp. Imagining that you can squeeze this area. Breathing in, giving it a lovely big squeeze. And breathing out, release. And then make a request that you would like all the effects of fear to be cleansed and vacuumed from your body. Move your awareness to a beautiful celestial vacuum tube at the crown of your head. You request the speed you would like this tube to go at, slow, medium or fast. And then you allow this vacuum tube to work its way into the crown of your head. Cleansing and vacuuming away all the effects of fear from behind your eyes, your right ear, the back of your head, your left ear, vacuuming into your sinus area. Vacuuming down into your mouth, the left side of your jaw, the right side of your jaw. You can see all the darkness and blackness going up this vacuum tube and away to be recycled. Vacuuming down your throat, down your neck, into your right lung. Vacuuming down your right arm into your right hand and fingertips. Vacuuming back up your right arm into your right shoulder. Vacuuming across to your left shoulder. Then vacuuming down your left arm into your left hand and fingertips. Then vacuuming back up your left arm into your left lung. Then vacuuming into your heart. Then vacuuming into your stomach, then vacuuming into your pancreas, your spleen, your liver, your left kidney, your right kidney. Vacuuming into your bowels, your lower pelvic organs, your left hip, your right hip. Vacuuming down your right leg through your right knee, all the way down to your right foot and toes. Vacuuming back up your right leg into your right buttocks. And vacuuming across to your left buttocks. Vacuuming down your left leg through your left knee, all the way down to your left foot and toes. And then requesting that all the space that's now been created by cleansing and vacuuming away all the effects of fear from your body be filled up with beautiful, bright white healing light. And so the switch on the vacuum tube is reversed. As you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your left toes, your left foot and ankle, your left lower leg, knee, upper leg and buttocks. As you breathe out, this beautiful light rests and settles in all of your left leg. The tube moves down to your right foot. As you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your right toes, your right foot and ankle, your right lower leg, knee, upper leg and buttocks. As you breathe out, this beautiful light rests and settles in your right leg. The tube moves down to the base of your pelvis. And as you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your pelvic area, your middle torso, your upper torso, chest, heart and lungs. As you breathe out, this beautiful light settles into all of your pelvic area. The tube moves across to your right hand. As you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your right fingertips, your right fingers, palm, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and your right shoulder. As you breathe out, this beautiful light rests and settles into all of your right arm. The tube moves across to your left hand. As you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your left fingertips, your left fingers, palm, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and your left shoulder. As you breathe out, this beautiful light rests and settles into all of your left arm. The tube moves down to the base of your spine. As you breathe in, this beautiful light enters the base of your spine, filling up every single disc and vertebrae in your lumbar spine, your thoracic spine, your cervical spine, your neck, your head and the crown of your head. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light rests and settles in your head, your neck and your spine. Your whole body is now glistening and gleaming and sparkling with this beautiful, bright white healing light. And you affirm to yourself, I am free from my past patterns. I enable space for change and a fresh start. I am confidence. I am courage. I am safe. All is well. I am free from past patterns. I enable space to make these changes for a fresh start. I am confidence. I am courage. I am safe. All is well. I am free from past patterns. I enable space to make these changes for a fresh start. I am confidence. I am courage. I am safe. All is well. And just sitting with that, with those affirmations for a few moments. And then move your awareness to a space just above the crown of your head. A ball of beautiful golden light is hovering there just above the floor. You take a deep breath in, and all of this beautiful golden light comes from the ball and works its way into the crown of your head. As you breathe out, this beautiful light showers down your head, your neck, your spine, across your shoulders, down your arms, into your hands and fingertips. Showering down your torso, through your pelvis, down your legs, through your knees, all the way down to the very tips of your toes. Every single cell in your body has been re-energized, revitalized and rejuvenated by this beautiful golden light. You start to notice what parts of your body are touching the floor, your heels, your calves, your buttocks, your shoulders, the backs of your arms and the backs of your hands and the back of your head. You start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes and very gently bring your knees up to your chest. Give them a lovely hug with your arms and gently sway from side to side and around in a circle in one direction and then around in the other direction. And then gently rolling over to your right side, resting your head on your right arm, using this very important moment to consolidate what we've done so far in this class. We did our beautiful EBR 6, Energy Block Release 6, which allowed you to redesign your life and gave you freedom in your subconscious mind in order to make changes. Allowed you to anchor your goals so the changes that you make are deep and lasting. Gave you freedom from your past patterns, good habits encouraged, forwards moving in life, compassion, space created in your mind and body, and you're disentangled from different parts of your life. And our Cobra in the 7 stages, balance, clarity, focus, forwards moving again, self-confidence, a sense of well-being, courage, security and confidence to make these changes that you really want to make at this time. And of course our deep relaxation re-energized, revitalized and rejuvenated your entire body and your entire mind in preparation for the rest of your day and for your week to come. And then keeping your eyes closed, imagine yourself sitting in the upright position and then very gently pushing yourself up into the sitting position. And then rubbing those palms together. Create a lovely warmth between the palms. And then place those nice warm palms over your closed eyes and allowing the eyes to open in that nice warm safe place. And gently tapping the forehead, the temples, the chin and the jaw back up to the top of the head, the back of the head, the shoulders, the chest, side of the body, the thighs and knees and buttocks. Hello, Snowy. And shake out the side, reaching up. Big stretch. A little bit of a shoulder roll. I hope you enjoyed that deep relaxation. We'll go straight into our Pranayama, our breathing techniques, and then we'll head into the meditation, which is the pinnacle of the class. So the whole idea of yoga is to get yourself in the right headspace to be able to meditate. Meditation is the ultimate goal for what we're doing here. So what we did was we released the things that were probably in your way because of the current astrology and numerology that's going on. And then now we're heading towards a place where we can be really still and get those messages and start to move really forward. Meditation is what really gets things moving. Sitting still and being at one with yourself, being at peace with yourself, and getting those downloads that you want to get. So we'll start with our deep yogic like we always do. So one hand's on the abdomen, one hand's up near the chest somewhere. And you're going to breathe through your nose if that's comfortable for you. And imagine that you're filling your tummy up with air. So breathing in, expand the tummy, then the chest and the upper chest, pause. And then breathing out, empty the tummy, the chest and the upper chest. So you feel this lovely rhythm underneath your hands there. So breathing in, tummy, chest, upper chest, pause, and breathing out, tummy, chest, upper chest, pause. Breathing in, tummy, chest, upper chest, pause, and out, tummy, chest, upper chest, pause. Breathing in, tummy, chest, upper chest, pause, and out, tummy, chest, upper chest, pause. And again, tummy, chest, upper chest, pause, and out, tummy, chest, upper chest, pause. So if you have any of the following health considerations, you'll continue with the deep yogic rather than moving through to the next pranayama, which is the cooling breath. If you have respiratory disorders, asthma, bronchitis, chronic constipation, lower body ailments, if it's really cold where you are and you're feeling the coldness, if you're in a particularly polluted environment, or if your teeth are really sensitive, don't do the teeth version of this one. Yeah, you can either stick with the deep yogic if you have any of those health considerations. Otherwise, you're welcome to come through and do the cooling breath with me. So there's two ways to do it. You can curl your tongue over like this and breathe through the channel that you've created with your tongue, and definitely recommend that if you do have the teeth, very sensitive teeth. Or you can breathe through your teeth, so you can bring your teeth together and breathe through the teeth. Okay, I'll do the tooth one so you can hear me doing the breathing. Okay, and what we might do is just the mudra of security. So just feeling nice and safe here. So we're just clasping our hands together for this particular breath, and then we'll move into a different mudra for another breath. All right. So again, you're going to breathe in as if you're filling your tummy up with air. So either curl the tongue over or bring the teeth together. And we'll do a deep breath in. So breathing in, pause, feel the cool in your mouth, close the mouth, out through the nose. Pause, breathe in, pause, feel the cool, close the mouth, out through the nose. In again. Pause, feel the cool. Close the mouth, out through the nose. And in again. Pause, feel the cool. Close the mouth, out through the nose. And one more time, breathing in. Pause, feel the cool. Close the mouth, out through the nose. Lovely. So that really helps with stress, anxiety, if your mind's overactive or agitated, if you're emotionally feeling unbalanced or confused or angry, it's excellent. It's an excellent one to do. So it is a real all-rounder, good one to do anyway. But this resistance that you might be feeling with this big change you want to make might be creating a bit of anger or hostility around the place. So it's good to do that one when things get a little bit heated. So now we're actually going to work very much on that fear. We're going to do the freedom from fear breath with the gesture of courage. So the gesture of courage, your hands are up near your shoulders, and you just squeeze your shoulder blades together so your chest opens up and your hands come back sort of in line with your head up in this position. So your palms are just facing outwards like this. If that becomes too difficult for you to hold, please do go back to your mudra of inner security there. And at the same time, we're going to do the freedom from fear breath. And you're going to roll your tongue over so the base of your tongue is touching the top of your mouth like this. And you're going to be breathing through that position. So it's going to sound like you're sort of deeply breathing, or you're sleeping, or not snoring, but just breathing heavily asleep. And I'll do a few affirmations while we're in those positions as well. So curling the tongue over, if that's okay for you, and breathing in and out, in and out. So you're obviously breathing through the mouth here and just releasing that fear. In holding up the mudra of courage, if that's okay for you. Continuing to do the breath, and I'll do the affirmation. You can say the affirmation in your head. I release the fear of failure. I breathe out fear. I breathe in peace. So as you breathe in, get the peace. And out the fear. In the peace. Out the fear. And then just releasing that. I hope you found that nice and freeing and feeling a little bit more relaxed. Okay, we're going to go into the meditation. Again, this is just a nice little 10-minute meditation. It's a brand new one. It's called Standing in Your Own Power. So it's really standing steady. Even when people come up and go, no, we don't want you to do that. No, you can't do that. You can't change that. You can't express yourself in that way. Really just standing there and going, you know what, this is what I really want to do. And I know you guys don't approve, or you don't think it's a good idea, but I've thought about it. I've, looked at the pros and cons, and I've decided it's what I really want to do. And then just standing steady. So that's what we're going to do for our meditation. If you know you can't sit on the floor, obviously definitely get a chair and sit in the chair. Just sit nice and upright. Keep your back away from the back of the chair if you can, and keep your feet on the floor. So if you need a pillow to reach the floor, that's fine, putting that underneath your feet. If you're on the floor, just making sure that you're nice and upright. We'll just do the mudra of inner security for this one, because it is a it's a sort of a fearful thing to do, to stand nice and steady like that. And if that gets uncomfortable, of course, you can just go to open hands or your mudra of wisdom if that feels a little bit easier for you to do. And definitely placing your clasped hands down at the base chakra is a good one for this too, just to make you feel nice and safe. So closing your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or just gazing very softly at the floor. And we'll just settle the body first. So breathing in, move the awareness to your feet, your ankles, your lower legs, knees, upper legs and buttocks. And as you breathe out, allow the whole lower half of the body to rest and settle in the ground below. Breathing in again, move your awareness to your pelvis, your middle torso, upper torso, chest, heart and lungs. And as you breathe out, allow the whole torso to rest and settle into the sitting position. Breathing in again, move your awareness to your fingertips, your fingers, your palms, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms and shoulders. And as you breathe out, allow your shoulders, arms and hands to rest and settle in the mudra. Breathing in again, move your awareness to your spine, your neck, your head and the crown of your head. As you breathe out, allow your head, neck and spine to rest and settle in the mudra, in the sitting position. And take yourself to the top of a grassy hill on a nice summer's day. And imagine that you're a tree at the top of that hill, a nice, steady, good-looking tree, nice and strong, lots of shade, maybe it has fruit on it, lots of branches, a nice thick trunk. And as you're sitting there, your trunk grows those roots deep down into the middle of this grassy hill, 10, 20 meters down into the earth. Your roots scatter all over this grassy hill and even further beyond the hill, down into the earth. You're sitting very strong and sturdy as this tree. A little bit of wind comes, you feel yourself swaying in the wind. Your branches, your leaves are swaying in the sunshine. You're moving with the flow. But you still stand strong, you still stand steady. Imagining this wind is people commenting, people judging, people telling you they want you to go a different way. They want you to behave in a different way. You just go, yeah, you're a little bit flexible there. You move around a little bit, you sway in the breeze. But you still stand steady and strong as yourself, as your own personal self-expression. And then a very strong wind comes, almost cyclonic type of wind blowing through the valley and up past this hill, through your branches. It's a really strong wind. It's forcing your branches to go in one direction. You're feeling swayed, almost forced over, like it's trying to push you over off the hill. Imagine that this strong breeze is very stern comments or judgments or anger directed in your direction for being yourself, for standing up for what you know is what you need to do. But then this cyclonic wind also comes to an end. And you find yourself standing very steady, trunk still sturdy and strong, roots still very deep and very strong in all directions. You feel this pulsing of your energy down the roots into the earth. And then one day a fire comes through the valley. It catches on to your leaves, to your branches. And yes, you do burn. But a little while later, new leaves and fruits bear on your tree as you regenerate and rejuvenate from the fire. Almost like you're reborn from the ashes, and your trunk still stands steady. And then later a flood comes through. Even though you're up on the hill, you still feel the effects of it. You feel a little bit overwhelmed by all the water, saturated. But even that passes. The judgment, the anger, the rejection, all flows away with the water. Your roots recover and you stand steady. As you stand there, you affirm, I am completely safe. I am strong and courageous. Life is on my side. Allow yourself to rest there in steadiness as this big, strong, sturdy tree for a few moments. And breathing in, moving your awareness to your head, your shoulders, your arms, your hands and fingertips, your upper torso, middle torso, pelvic area. As you breathe out, allow your whole upper body to come back into this room, into this present state of awareness. Breathing in again, move your awareness to your buttocks, your upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet and toes. As you breathe out, allow your whole body to come back into this room, into this present state of awareness. Have a sense of where your body is in the room. And then gently opening your eyes, releasing your mudra. Give yourself a little bit of a shake, a little bit of a tap. Wake yourself up. Shake the hands out the side and reaching up and stretching. Nice little shoulder roll. I hope you enjoyed that meditation. You're feeling very steady and stern in your stance there, in your self-expression. I hope you have a really fantastic week. And if you know anybody who could really do with this energy, with this yoga class, if they maybe can't make it to a regular class, or maybe they're a little bit scared to go to a class for whatever reason, then this possibly is the answer for them. And maybe you could motivate them a little bit and tell them that you've been doing it, or maybe you could do it with them. Or keep tabs on each other a little bit. And I'd love to hear your feedback on how you're going, where you did the class, did you do it with your friends, and how you felt afterwards. I'd love to hear from you. And thank you to those who have already been doing that. I really, really appreciate it. It keeps me going. It keeps me doing these classes. So until our full moon in a couple of weeks' time, have a beautiful couple of weeks and namaste.